Hey everybody, today I'm going to demonstrate a secondary method of speed waving with large strips. So there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could either prep the rings ahead of time by closing several rings. And you're looking at about 50% of your rings that you'd want to close. Now, a secondary option is close as you go, which is the one that I'm going to show you today. To start off, you want to make sure you understand how wide you want your strip. Ring count of an odd number, you never want to do an even number. An even number will create extra work in the long run. You never want to reopen a ring that you've closed. And you'll want to always add, never remove, unless you found an error or you're looking to reshape your strip. I'm going to start off with a set of 3 modules to get you started. And with 3 modules, you have 11 ring count. When I say modules, I'm referring to one set of 4-in-1 rings. There's 2 modules. And a 3rd one. You'll then want to attach them all together. Like so. You'll then be left with a chain that looks like that. To start you off, you'll want to open up a ring. I find it always best to work on it so you're weaving down and up. So just to look at the way that it's sitting, you always want to go down and up just to ensure that you're always following the same direction, so the top rings like that. On the first set, you'll want to close 2 rings, put it through the first ring, like so. Close your first ring, and you're started at the top, like so. You're going to move on as you go. Open another ring, weave it through the 2, add an additional 1 on the strip, and then add another closed ring to your weave. And I'll just do a couple more so that you could understand this a little better. And once you're done your first row, you want to move on to the next row without going back to where you started. Just to save time, you move on to your next row right above the first row that you've just completed. And you close the rings. And you move on to your second row now, like so. And as you move along, you start building your rings. You can continue like so. I'll do a couple more rows just so that you can see. I'll try to keep it laying down here so it's easier to see what I'm doing. And I'll do one final row for you. Now, if you do close as you go or close them ahead of time, it's the same amount of work. It's just a matter of different process of you're following. You could save some. You could do all the closing at once, and then you don't have to close as you go. You could also open all your other rings, and then you don't have to open them as you go. It's all personal preference in the end. It takes the same amount of time either way you look at it. And as long as you're always adding to it, never removing a ring from the process, never reopening a ring from your work, you're moving at the optimal pace. You can't really go much faster than this. You're basically doing 2 rings for every 1 ring you open. And that, my friends, is the secondary way to speed weave large strips. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or reach out to me directly. Have a great day.